everyone, this is Tammy Scott, Nursing Home Administrator with BLAHC. Thank you guys for watching. This is episode 8. This will be an interesting episode. On this episode, we will talk about a nurse who decided on her own to amputate a resident foot in a nursing home. Yeah, you heard it. She amputated a resident foot without permission, a nurse in a nursing home. I understand, I know. I always speak up for nursing homes, administrators, and staff, and all that good stuff. Also, being a nursing home administrator, I am an advocate for residents. So, when there's certain things that happen, I have to address it. It needs to be addressed because it's out there and you want to be able to address it, because you have to be the person to say no, that is not okay. And these are the things that's happening in the United States, and that's the reason why they are so strict on us about certain policy and procedures. So I'm playing devil advocate now. Is that what you would say? I'm like, yeah, the devil advocate. Whatever. So let's get into what happened. I have all my notes right here, so I want to make sure I get everything down and tell you guys everything correctly. That's why I say documentation. You will see why everything is important the way they are set up in a nursing home and the reason why. Okay, the first thing is first. The nurse name is Mary Kay Brown. She's 38 years old. She's of Caucasian descent. The incident happened in Wisconsin. Yes, it happened in Wisconsin. What part of Wisconsin? I had it with me. Ellsworth, Wisconsin. It happened in Ellsworth, Wisconsin. Okay, so basically, based on the information that I was reading and the information I got, this person was directing other nursing staff to do things. So based on what I'm reading and how she was dictating and delegating things to happen, this is telling me this is a DON. She's 38 years old. So she's a DON, most likely an RN. You have to be RN. So she is convicted of 3 felony charges. One of the charges, physical abuse of an elderly person, intentionally causing bodily harm. The second one is intentionally abusing patients, causing great bodily harm. And the next one is mayhem. Basically, mayhem is the criminal act of disabling, disfiguring, or cutting off or making useless of one of the members' arm, leg, eye, hand, foot, intentionally or in a fight. So those are her 3 felony charges that she have been convicted of. If convicted, she might possibly do 98 years in prison, and as of right now, probably $210,000 in fines. As of right now, she bailed herself out. She's out on bond for $150,000 right now as we speak. So let's talk about what happened. The incident happened on June the 4th, 2022, as of last year. It happened in a nursing home. The name of the nursing home is Spring Valley Health and Rehab Center. Spring Valley Health and Rehab Center in Ellsworth, Wisconsin. Okay, so let's get into some information. So I was also, doing my investigation. I'm a nurse home administrator, so I have to make sure I get everything correctly and, in point. So basically, the resident admitted into the nursing home in March 2022. He got admitted to the nursing home because he had a frostbite on both of his feet. And he had fallen. He's fallen and he had frostbite on both of his feet. So that's the reason why he was admitted into the nursing home. Okay, so of course all the other documentations are now in the courtroom, so they keep those things private until the actually trial starts to happen. So right now they're going through all that right now. So March of 2022 is when he got admitted into the nursing home. May of 2022, Miss Nurse Brown, well, former Nurse Brown, amputates the patient's foot. She amputates his foot. On March the 2022, that's when she amputated his foot. Due to the complications of the injuries that happened with the amputation, he passed away June 2022. That's when the resident dies. June 2022. Okay? So that's what happened. Okay? So he passed away basically June the 4th, 2022. So, and she got charged in November 2022. That's when she was charged. So I want to make sure we have these dates correct, because we're going to talk going through this. We about to go through this. Okay? So, patient admitted to the nursing home March of 2022. Brown cut off his foot May 2022. June 4th, resident passed away due to the injuries of the amputation. Okay? And Brown was charged November 2022. She was released on bail December 2022 on $150,000. And February of this month, 2023, she decided to plead not guilty. Okay? So, let's get into some actually facts of certain things, investigation of things that happen. This right here is very disturbing to me as administrator. So excuse me if I get discombobulated a little bit, because as administrator, oh my God, this is too much. So basically, during the time of March 2022, or May of 2022, when she amputates his foot. So you have March, April, now you have May. So if he has a frostbite on his foot, they said the reason why she did it because the foot became necrotic. Okay? It became necrotic and it started to smell. So then they said that it was dangling off his foot. Some is telling me around March, if they saying that it was a frostbite, probably got something to do with the weather. But still, if the resident can make it to his home, to the nursing home, he can make it to the hospital. So between March and May, before the decision to amputate his foot, is very disturbing. Because if it got to the point it was smelling real bad or anything of some sort, they should have automatically sent him to the hospital immediately. As a nursing home administrator, that's something that you would do. You would send that resident to the hospital immediately. They would make that decision if they need to amputate his foot or not. Matter of fact, they would do the surgery there immediately if they need to. So this right here is very disturbing to me. So between May and June, the resident is still in the nursing home after the amputation. Still in the nursing home. So after she amputated the foot, she didn't send him to the hospital. he stayed in the nursing home. Let's back up. She did not get anybody permission to do this. She didn't get the administrator permission to do it. She didn't get the doctor, she didn't have doctor's orders to do it. She didn't have anybody permission to do this. She did it on her own. And she said she did it due to compassion and comfort. That's disturbing to me. That you, as a nurse, a DON, would take it upon yourself to amputate a resident foot without a doctor's orders and without the resident permission. It don't even matter if the resident gave you permission. That's still out of your scope of practice. You are a nurse. You don't amputate anyone's foot. You allow emergencies individuals to do that. That's the reason why you can call 911 and the fire department will come. The fire department can do that. The doctors can do that. That's out of your scope. Why would you even put your license on the line at 38 years old to even do that? And not even have the resident permission to do it. Even if you did have it, why would you do that? That is crazy to me. Absurd to me as a nursing home administrator. Why would you do that? That is crazy. How do a DON amputate a resident's foot without the nursing home administrator's permission? Hold on to that. So, the foot got amputated and the resident died in June the 4th, 2022. So the resident been there since May to June. When the resident passed away, that's crazy. Because if the resident passed away June the 4th and never went to the hospital and still at the nursing home, where's the foot? Where is the foot? I'm going to tell you where the foot is. She ordered the staff to put the foot in the freezer. She put the foot in the freezer. She put the foot in the freezer. She put the foot in the freezer. You put a human foot in a nursing home freezer where it has food to give to residents. Are you freaking kidding me? So you telling me you will want a foot in your freezer at your home where you have food? Or even if it was, that's the only freezer. Because based on the temperature, even if you had a refrigerator that's in the med room or anything, it's not a freezer. It's only for a certain temperature for medication. A freezer, you put a foot in a freezer. Oh my God. She put the foot in the freezer, y'all. The foot in a freezer. Cut it off, told staff to put the foot in the freezer. The staff stayed and worked and did it. Once someone would tell me she finna amputate a foot, no, call 911. Nope. Nope, you ain't put my license online. You better call 911 ASAP immediately. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam, not today. No more. Nope. No, Pam. Nope. 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 No, ma'am. No, Pam. Nope. No, no, no. So during this time, the administrator is in the facility. between May and June. May and June. Knows that the foot is in the freezer. Yeah, the administrator knows that the foot is in the freezer. During this entire time, they are serving food to residents with a foot in the freezer. Okay. Need a couple IJs on that too. Oh yes, baby. You need some IJs. Because you're not going to put no foot in my refrigerator. Not in my freezer. She was charged November 2022. I have a problem. I have a problem. The resident died June the 4th. June, July, August, September, October, November. 6 months. She was charged. 6 months. It took them 6 months to charge her. When the resident died, passed away, now they want to call 911 and say the resident passed away. You should have did that when the foot was bothering. But now he passed. Now you want to call 911. So when 911 gets it, they come. They see that he passed away at bedside. And when they notice he passed away at bedside, they notice he don't have a foot. They said, where's the foot? They said that was weird. He didn't have a foot. Because the other foot had frostbite too. So where is his foot? Because you have to remember, it still have a bandage on it. It still have a bandage on it. So where's the foot? So they decided they wanted to do a autopsy. So they did an autopsy report. And when they did the report, it came that when they did the report, the medical examiner noticed that the foot was gone. So they started to do their investigation. So when they started to do their investigation on the missing foot, that's when they then went back to ask for information from the nursing home. Wait a second. The nurse never documented the procedure. No documentation that she did it. She didn't document it. Like I told you guys, you don't document it didn't happen. But at the same time, you have people there that will say you did it. She did it. They said she did it. So, of course, they started to do their investigation. So, as they did their investigation, this was some of the witnesses. Some of the witnesses said he did not appear to be in any type of pain and no blood. If it's necrotic, most likely it's not going to have any blood. Probably a little bit, maybe not any blood. But something is telling me if you cut the foot off and it's necrotic and you put it in the freezer, that means you're trying to save the foot. So if you're trying to save the foot, that means there was some type of blood. And you said that it was smelly. They said they cut the foot off because it was necrotic and it was smelly, barely attached. So you put a smelly foot that's plastic bag in a freezer. Okay, we're gonna get to that. Yes, we're gonna get to it. So some of the witnesses said he did not appear to be in pain and no blood. Some other witnesses said he moaned. Some ain't adding up. Some say he doesn't appear to be in pain. Some say he moaned. That's bull. That is bull. He moaned. You cut his foot off and he moaned? Like, even that appears, he appears to be in pain. He's moaning. He's in pain. Someone probably told him, don't scream. We got to cut this off. Don't scream. But you didn't even have his permission. Oh my God. Some individuals said it was not a good amputation. So you stood there and watched her amputate his foot. Then gonna say it was not a good amputation. She's not a doctor. She's a nurse. It's outside of her scope. Of course, it's not going to be a great amputation. Sound like a nurse who wanted to be a doctor but couldn't be a doctor. So, from my notes that I gathered, they said that after she gave him the amputation, she taxidermied the foot to basically remind the others to wear boots. And some people said they thought it was weird. Of course it's weird. You're taxidermy a foot. Basically, it's like wound care. You go in there, you clean it up, you keep it clean, and you put bandages and all that good stuff on it. Then they'll try to remind others to wear boots. To remind others to wear boots. How about you call 911 to remind others don't put their license on the line? And do what your job description asks you to do. And your license. This is you outside of your scope. You want to tell somebody to put boots on. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Oh. So, of course, they went and asked the administrator information. The administrator basically said, the administrator stated Brown did not document the procedure. Not only did she not document the procedure, she didn't have the permission of doctor's orders, nor did she have permissions from the resident. She did not have permission of the administrator to do it. Sound like somebody trying to save themselves and save their license. I'm sorry, but after I go through this, we're gonna see. The administrator stated that basically they think that she did it due to dignity and comfort, and that the doctor will have ordered it. This statement alone is disturbing to me as administrator to administrator. It sounds like the administrator is is trying to justify her actions. And for her to continue to work from May to June, and she finally got charged in November, is telling me that the administrator knew about it because you got a foot in the refrigerator. And the administrator said she did it for dignity and comfort. Dignity and comfort is outside of her scope. Comfort, you call 911 once the resident passed away. How about you call when it's time? When you really think something going on, call 911. What the crap? There is no documentation that says she called 911 and 911 stated they could not make it. There's no way they was going to be able to make it. There is no way. There's no doctor's orders. But he said the doctor would have ordered it. How the crap a doctor can order a nurse to do a amputation? No. No. You telling me besides March and May of this, the doctor have to come see the resident? Because you talking about March, April, May. There's already 90 days. The physician have to see the resident when they first get there every 30 days for the first 90 days. So the doctor will look at the foot and make that order and their decision to send the resident to the hospital. And most of the time the doctors, who is the MD of the nursing homes, work at the local hospital. So of course they would send it to the hospital. So there's nowhere where they said that the hospitals was at capacity. 911 was called. No one showed up. Doctor was called and didn't show up. It didn't. None of that. None of it. The doctor wasn't called. The doctor didn't give orders nor permission to do it. But the administrator said the doctor would have ordered it. What do you mean the doctor would have ordered it? Not for a nurse. This is fishy. And some telling me her giving delegated orders, she was the DON. She was the DON. She definitely was the DON. You have leadership making these orders, delegating, and she stayed working till May and June and didn't document the procedure. They said she never documented it. Come on now, she never documented it. And the resident passed away in June, but she was in charge until November. Something is real fishy going on in that nursing home. Like a lot of people say, it starts from the top. It really does. And now you got all these individuals that work there licensed on the line. Because these individuals watched her do this amputation and no one walked off. No one called 911. No one said, no, I'm not doing this. This is outside of my license and my scope. I'm not going to witness anything of this nature. This is crazy. This is the reason why CMS continues to be strict on us. This is the reason why President Biden continues that he's cracking down on nursing homes. Because of stuff like this. He said patient safety. endangering patient safety. This is the reason. This is crazy. So, she was charged in November of 3 charges. I gave you guys those 3 charges. And she was released on bond, $150,000. $150,000. In December of 2022 from the Pierce County Circuit Court. And she decided, she went to court in February of this month, 2023, and she decided she want to plead not guilty. That's somewhere in her mind, I don't know. But of course, she feel like she did it in compassion, comfort. No, plead not guilty. This is going to be an interesting case. Okay, interesting case. I would make sure I stay on this one. Of course, her next court date is March the 9th. So March the 9th is her next court date. So I will make sure that I stay up on this. Okay. So I hope I gave you guys all the information that you guys will need. Okay. Basically, it was a DON. Sound like a DON. The way she was delegating information. Sound like some type of nurse supervisor. Some sort. And the way it was settled and said she didn't document and all this other stuff. Some is telling me she of nurse leadership. Basically, the nurse amputated a resident's foot without permission of the administrator, the doctor, and the resident themselves. Okay. It happened at Spring Valley Health and Rehab Center in Ellsworth, Wisconsin. And her name is Mary Kay Brown. She's 38 years old. Like I said, she's been charged with 3 felonies. Her next court date is March the 9th. It's Pierce County Central Court, Ellsworth, Wisconsin. So we will make sure, I will make sure I stay on this story. I will make sure that I stay on this story because this right here is a good story. And I know I speak a lot about administrator things that we go through and nursing homes we go through, but this is some things that we go through. And you know, I don't want people to think that as an administrator I condone this. I do not condone this. I do not condone someone out of their scope doing something they didn't supposed to do when they can easily call for emergencies, and these individuals are in their scope to do these things. So that's the thing. And this is poor leadership skills. You got other people who's watching, who witnessed this. And so I don't agree with it. I'm just going to put it out there. I don't agree with it. But of course, I will stay on it because this is something that's very interesting to me, how this story would go. Because that's my job. That's what I'm going to do. So as administrator, period, I still want to, know what's going on. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys can go look up the story. It's a true story. It's going on as of right now. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to BLAHC on YouTube. Go to all my platforms on BLAHC. We really appreciate everyone for watching and all this stuff, sharing all these views and everything of some sort. This is my first time doing a podcast, so I am really excited. I'm doing it every week, so it should be up on Mondays. So thank you guys for definitely watching. Please share it, please like, please comment. I I know I'm gonna get a lot of people comments when it comes to this. I'm ready for it. Let's go. Let's do this. So thank you guys for watching it. I really do enjoy you guys comment out, let me know, inboxing me, let me know what you guys feel about it. Like I said, this is episode 8. Thank you guys so much. Mwah. Love you. Bye.